Hello everybody. Here to join in on the video is my cat. I didn't plan it, but she just appeared for the beginning of the video. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I get long-winded. I talk for a long time. I don't talk very fast. And what the heck? Anyway, my last Lyme related video update, I forgot something, and that I think it was February of this year, 2018, I reintroduced sugar into my diet. I love eating chocolate Dove bars, and I think about 2-3 weeks after that, I started experiencing my legs getting weak. And there was actually one morning that I woke up that my legs were so weak that I had trouble having the strength to walk. And it took a while for me to figure out that it was related to consuming dairy. And I tried in the early part of 2018. I went off. I cut out all dairy for a while, and my legs just slowly came back. I think it seems to take about 10 days to 2 weeks for my legs to feel like they have fully come back, but I've been working about 42 hours a week since I think about beginning of October 2018, and my legs are tired almost all the time. But anyway, on one of the health related forums on Facebook, I told this story and got some really goofy responses. And one person said it's the Seco steroid D, SECO, and he said it's like prednisone, and he says avoid milk at all costs. And I should Google search and look up what Seco steroid D is, but I don't know. I've eliminated. Ah, darn, how long? I've just kind of gone on and off of having some dairy in my diet. And the only way it's been in my diet is with chocolate, either Dove bars or Stickers bars. I haven't had a Dove bar, I think, since about June. And darn, I forgot to start my stopwatch. We are at 3 minutes 48 seconds. But I'm thinking now, with other symptoms I'm experiencing, I shouldn't have chocolate either. For the people that don't know, I forgot my disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trained in nutrition. I'm not a natural medicine person. I'm just a person that has Lyme disease. I was diagnosed June of 2013. After 2 different tests, it was finally positive on the second test. And but my tick bite was in the early 1980s. Please excuse my yawn. And I went through. I was on metronidazole and minocycline for 9 months, starting in, I think it was April of 2015, middle of April 2015, ending middle of January 2016. And I'm not going to say here who my doctor is. I'm not gonna say it on the video description. I'm not going to say it if anyone questions me in my videos who my doctor is. My doctor does not want me to say his name on the internet or any of that. He is a specialist in treating Lyme disease, and he's very good at it. The waiting list to see him can be 2 to 4, maybe 6 months if he's really busy. And he's probably one of the smartest doctors in Minnesota, but he doesn't want me to share his name or the website name or any of that. And he actually, I think a few years ago, was reducing the number of patients that he sees. So he's not looking for any new patients. I did have someone else with Lyme disease friend me on Facebook, a pretty woman. I'm not going to say her name, but a pretty woman. And quickly after she friended me and I accepted her friend request on Facebook, she asked who my doctor was. She wanted to make sure I was seeing what they call in the Lyme forums a Lyme literate medical doctor, or short is LLMD. They just type LLMD, all capital letters. But I says, no, I'm not going to tell you. I don't have to tell you. But anyway, so I'm sorry. I must apologize. I just ramble on. I wander around in my videos. I have a little bit of brain fog, which is typical of people with Lyme. I have ADD. My doctor thinks I have Asperger's syndrome. And I also have PTSD, among several other health problems. Okay, I wrote notes for this video. I have been having some mild memory problems, and I do not know if it is just part of being 51 years old, plus having Lyme, or if what's inside my mind is deteriorating. I don't know. It scares the hell out of me. The thought that my mind could be deteriorating. I in 8th grade had 2 different tests. I scored genius level. This is a t-shirt my second oldest brother Bernie gave to me. I walked into work with this one day. I forgot to put on my black shirt, and my coworkers saw it. Oh boy, that's a cool shirt. I don't wear it much. It's a little bit big on me, but yeah, it's a cool shirt. My family had a dairy farm up to 1981 that they sold. This is my dilute calico. I think they also call them tortoise shell. I think there's another name I've heard for them. It's basically a calico cat where there's one DNA difference in which the colors, the oranges and the gray is like a more dull color. But she's really sweet to me, but she's very territorial. My other cat is a mixed Siamese, and that cat she's just as sweet as can be. And this cat goes after her several times a day. But back to memory problems. Yeah, in April, I think for about 4 weeks, April into May, my doctor had me try some new stimulants. He had some stimulants that were natural stimulants, like a caffeine. And I took them along with the turmeric and the curcumin that I take to help me feel better and have more energy. And I was basically sleep deprived by that, and I gave up those supplements my doctor gave me after 4 weeks. But one day at work, business next door had an umbrella blowing around in the wind, and I knocked on the back door of that business, and I says, "Your thing is blowing around," and I couldn't think of the word umbrella. And it was for about like 3 weeks I was thinking, oh boy, am I entering the first stages of dementia? I really was wondering that. But after I finally quit taking those supplements, I started feeling better. I was sleeping better. Please excuse me. I was sleeping better and my memory improved. One thing with with Lyme, I think I knew I had some health problem in the early 90s. And one thing I have done since then is make sure I get enough sleep. I err on the side of maybe getting a little bit more sleep than I need. I take a 5,000 unit vitamin D3 pill. It's a prescription grade vitamin D pill. And there are some days that I'm just wide awake after 6 hours of sleep, and I just force myself to fall back asleep again. And there are other days that I'll wake up right at about 7 hours and 24 minutes. But some days I'll sleep 8 hours, 8.5, maybe 9. But then I get too tired if I sleep too much. But yeah, my employer, I deliver pizza, and my employer has me working about 42 hours a week, and I put in a request about 3 weeks ago for him to cut me back to working 5 nights a week instead of 6. 5 nights a week would be about 36 hours. And because I did that last April, and I started to feel better a few weeks after I was only working 5 nights a week. But I guess we all have our challenges. I also have malabsorption syndrome, and that is in which my digestive system doesn't absorb fuel or food very well, and I have to eat more food in order to have energy and strength. It is it's technically Saturday morning. Saturday morning, November 10th, 2018, and I had this past Tuesday and Wednesday I had the days off, and Tuesday I ate about half of the food that I should eat, and Wednesday I ate about half the food I should eat. And Wednesday I had 2 little heads of broccoli I had sitting in the fridge for half a week, and I thought I better eat these before they go bad, and I rinsed them. And as I was eating one, I asked my mom, "What is this?" because I had forgot the word broccoli. And but one thing I'm wondering, okay, I got an iPhone 7 I'm taking this video with, and I'm on it way too much. It's almost like I'm married to the darn phone. Part of me wishes that that I just didn't have a smartphone, because there would be other things I would do. But boy, it's like the world at my fingertips having a smartphone. News, information, videos. You can learn so much, but of course, there's your cell phone screen, or a television or a computer. They produce a flicker. It's a very high-speed flicker. You can't see it with your eyes, but it's stimulating to your brain. And if you're on your phone too much, it'll affect your ability to sleep, especially if you have used it in like 2 to 3 hours previous to going to bed. But I don't know. I just wonder if my brain could work better if I was on my phone a lot less, without that extra stimulation. Because there's some stuff that I read, like I've been trying to fix the turn signals on my 2011 Ford Ranger. I replaced turn signal switch. The fuse is right. People are telling me it's a relay that is bad. And I've bought relays, and I read about it, and sometimes my brain just hurts just trying to understand this. And maybe another thing is stress. I'm just under a lot of stress. I'm very, very overwhelmed. And beginning of the summer this year, like April, I was just very overwhelmed to the point I just had trouble thinking. I just was so desperate not to have so many projects that I needed to deal with. And I'm just afraid of having a mental breakdown just from being overwhelmed with all of this stuff. I've had a really, really hard life. Really, really hard life. I was born with stomach ulcers that were diagnosed when I was in 2nd grade. When I was a year old, pneumonia almost killed me. They gave me a huge dose of, I think it was antibiotics, to keep me alive, because I was almost dead from it. But what else? Around age 4 or 5, I was with my parents when they found a guy who committed suicide. Around age 7, a cow tried to trample me in the barn. Around age 8, something happened in a doctor's office. Our family doctor got really aggressive with a medical procedure I won't describe, and I was quite traumatized by that. But I've had a bunch of other traumas happen since then. Scratching out my notes. Very overwhelmed. Memory problems, Lyme. Yeah, leg pains, leg weakness. What else? What are you doing, cat? Sometimes when I don't give my cat enough attention, she'll do something to try and get my attention. She used to walk up like on a shelf like this and knock something down to try to get my attention. I get angry at her, and she doesn't do that very often. I'd get pretty mad if she climbed up here and knocked one of these over. But she doesn't climb up here very often. I've gotten pretty upset. You know, not I don't hurt the cat, but I get pretty upset. So she knows she's not supposed to climb up here. Let's see, where'd the cap to this pen go? Anyway, I'll find it when I'm done with the video. But if I have too much chocolate, I get a tension in my chest. And I do not know if that is from the caffeine or from all the fat that's in chocolate. I had summer of 2017. I ate one morning. I ate 1.5 bars of chocolate. So it's like a sweetened with stevia. Didn't have any dairy in it, and within about 20 minutes, my eyesight just got blurry. And I think it was actually a histamine reaction and not something else. But I think 2 different times in the summer of 2017, here and there, I had been eating this same chocolate I bought at the local grocery store. And 2 different nights, I felt something in my neck. And well, there's 2 veins that go supply blood up to your head, up to your brain. So one over here somewhere and the other's over here. Well, I felt something. I just felt like there was something, some kind of clog. And one of those times I was working my job delivering pizza and I got really lightheaded. Just like that. Just trying to stay conscious, and they sent me home, thankfully, and it cleared up after a while. And but I'm really wondering if things are happening in my body, in which, if I'm not careful, I can have a stroke. Lyme disease causes inflammation. Sugar causes inflammation. I've consumed plenty of sugar in my life. My doctor says I shouldn't have any, but it's so addicting and it gives me energy, but it might come along to bite me in the butt someday. But oh, there's that cap. Oh, there it is. But that's the thing I fear the most, is having a stroke. I've had another video about arm weakness because the Lyme disease has affected my skinny arms. Because, well, I think what it has done is cause blood vessels to constrain, and if you have sugar, causes inflammation. And my theory is the blood vessels tighten up a little bit when I have sugar. And when I'm not taking a natural medicine antibiotic, I can't touch sugar. Because if I have any sugar, I get pain in my arms. I have another video just about Lyme disease and arm weakness. And I started eating 2 hard-boiled eggs a day. Just the yolk, not the white. I don't like egg whites, but I've been eating them to help my brain. It helps my brain function a little bit better. And another thing I've noticed, I've been eating 2 of these a day for about the last week or 10 days. My arms feel better. I think it's giving me protein for my arms, just to have more strength. You know, the protein I need for my arms. uh, you've probably seen the Vita Coco coconut juices in stores. This is one variation. This one has an actual pulp inside the liquid. And if you drink one of these, and then once it's empty, there's still a little palm full of fluid in the bottom because of the design of this cap. So what I do is I take the cap off, I cut the thing in half, and inside the top you'll find a pulp. It looks like a kind of like a cream. And but lately, well, about 2 weeks ago, I bought I think it was a 4-pack of Flax for Life gluten-free muffins, like carrot raisin. Oh, they taste so good. And they have a lot of egg in them. There's a high fat content in them. And I think between eating a bunch of those on and off in the time of about a week, and drinking more of these, and then consuming the milk, the thick whitish type stuff in here, my chest is tightened up. I just feel this tension in my chest, and I don't know if I have a blockage leading to my heart, or if it's kind of like a food intolerance thing. I don't have health insurance other than my Lyme doctor. I haven't, wow, almost 27 minutes. I haven't gotten any checkups. I don't have the money to go and get things checked. I've never had a cancer test. Probably should now that I'm almost 52 years old. Colon cancer runs in my dad's side of the family. Colon cancer killed my uncle, my dad's younger brother, in 2004 at the age of 69. It killed my dad's mother, my grandmother, in the early 70s, and I think she was around 70 or so. I had a colonoscopy when I was 40, and they said everything looks fine. And they said get one every 10 years. Well, I'll be 52 in another month. So I didn't have one when I was 50. I don't have the money. It's crazy. Like a colonoscopy costs like $3,000. Because when I had one at age 40, I got a bill from the hospital and then another bill from the doctor, and I didn't have the money, and I ended up making payments to the doctor for about the next year and a half or so. But anyway, yeah, so chest pains. So if I drank one of these every day, if I started eating the egg whites from 2 of these each day, I'd have this tension in my chest every day. So I'm backing off. I'm not having one of these every day. I'll just continue to eat the yolk from 2 of these a day for my arms and for my brain, so my brain works better. Okay. Oh, this is my other cat. I call her nickname is Sweetie, but her name is Smokey. She is we got her in 2011 from a pound in Woodbury, Minnesota. And she just has an extremely sweet personality. She is just a doll. The only thing is she sneezes once in a while. You don't want her hanging around when you're eating food. She likes to try to wake me up at about 7 in the morning, brushing her whiskers against my face, which irritates the heck out of me. And if she's really in a persistent mood, I'll just boot her out of the room. But anyway, in case you're wondering about this, I don't like wearing this. I know it looks stupid, but it picks up the sound a lot better than if I was just using the microphone on the phone. I got this at Walmart in the computer section near where they have DVDs for computer stuff, and this was like $15, 15 or so. And but this one is for recording, so your hookup on the end of the cord will have 4 sections, 4 little segments, on the male side, and that's called a TRRS type plug. This extension that I got is a TRRS type, and I'm using a standard Apple iPhone 1/8 adapter. But yeah, I noticed after I posted my last Lyme video, there was about I think 30 views shortly within a couple of days of posting it. So must be my regular subscribers watching it as soon as it came up. And in case you watch, I'm saying hi to Carissa over at Slice of Lyme. I don't know how many of my videos you have a chance to watch. Hello to Carissa and her friend, very close friend, Jessica. Carissa has the Slice of Lyme channel on YouTube. She has chronic Lyme just like me. She has, I think, 3 or 4 different I'm forgetting the word. Sorry. There's like Borrelia, and there's like 10 different names for Lyme. She has 4 of them. I just have Borrelia. I just have 1. Co-infections is the word I was searching for. She has 4 of them. I just have Borrelia, and I'm lucky to be working. There's a lot of people with Lyme disease that are too sick to work, or working is quite a challenge for them. Anyway, we're going on 33 minutes, and like my brother Bernie says, your videos are way too long. But I'm not expecting 10,000 people to watch this video. Maybe in a year, 50 views. So anyway, I think this will be video number 199. I was going to talk about some more stuff, but I think the other things I didn't cover on my list here, I'm going to put in another video to keep this video more focused on Lyme disease. Don't you just love to eat at cords? She could have been the cat in the movie National Lampoon's Christmas. The cat that was chewing at the wires on the Christmas tree. Except, well, she wouldn't have been born yet. We think this cat, she could be 20 years old. She doesn't act like an old cat, though. She has just, very, very silky fur. This is the last thing I think I'll add in the video. There's a gluten-free toaster pastry. I don't think I've ever toasted one of these. They have them in strawberry and blueberry. Got it in the gluten-free section at Walmart. And these, I think the icing is made from egg whites. So when I get these, I take a knife or a spoon and I rub off, I pick off the icing. Well, that would have sugar. And I love eating these. The blueberry ones make me kind of tired, but these make me tired too because they have strawberry in it. But what was it? Leaky gut. Yeah, I have leaky gut also, which researchers think leaky gut was caused by a chemical called glyphosate that is in the Monsanto weed killer Roundup. Don't quote me on that one. Independent researchers think that is. And that's where leaky gut is, where there's cracks in the digestive system and people with it start developing food intolerances. And I've had that for about 30 years. And one of the health-related pages on Facebook, where a person starts a group, there's people I see posting with leaky gut that are in such rough shape that they can't eat anything, that their stomach just rejects anything they eat. And it's really a tragedy. And now Monsanto, well, they have Roundup Ready seeds. There's like GMO seeds that they're selling to farmers now, and now Monsanto has been telling farmers to spray this Roundup weed killer on the plants just before harvest. And why does that make sense? Okay, just before harvest, why do you spray this stuff on your plants? Well, how long does it take for a plant to absorb that chemical? That whatever it's made up of. I'm just stunned. There have already, well, there was a guy that won a lawsuit against Monsanto just in the last 2-3 months because he got cancer. He used Roundup a lot. He worked as a groundskeeper, and he was awarded like $200 and some million. But Bayer company, who makes Bayer aspirin, they bought Monsanto earlier this year. And I'm not a tree hugger, but I think the world has gone crazy with the amount of chemicals we use in farm production. Just something else needs to be done. There's so many sick people on the earth. There's too much, way too much cancer. And I could just go on and on. But anyway, yep, it's a long video now. It's close to 40 minutes. Yep, 39 minutes. But so if you stuck with me this long, you're pretty patient. You're doing pretty good. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. I have various videos on Lyme disease, other health problems, lineal trains, lawnmowers, the town I live in, a bridge that was built and opened up in 2017, this, that, and other things. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.